Hello and welcome to today's video with Content Holic, where we will be discussing tips to write family ties in your visa statement of purpose or SOP. I know that you want to visit a foreign country, be it the USA, the UK, Canada, Australia, Germany, Russia, France, etc. All are the best places to visit and are known for the frequent tourist and international student or working professionals arrival from all over the world. But what requires the most is your SOP, which must be written perfectly so that you can get a visa for visiting the country. In your SOP, family ties are an important aspect of your visa application, especially if you are applying for a family visa or a dependent visa. In this video, I will be sharing some useful tips and strategies to help you write a strong and convincing family ties section in your SOP. But first of all, let's discuss what do we mean by an SOP for obtaining a visa. An SOP is the statement of purpose and is the most crucial part of your visa application. You must know that it contains your information, that is your introduction, family ties, hobbies, goals, intention for visiting the country, financial stability, etc. Through this, you need to prove to the visa officer to provide the decision in your favor and grant you the visa so that you can visit the country. Well, there are several types of visas. There are several types of visas such as study visa, work visa, tourist or visitor visa, permanent resident visa, spouse visa, dependent visa. So all these are the different types of visas. You need to write family ties in every visa SOPs in order to prove that you will return back to your home country due to your family being back there and are not planning to stay in your country, not planning to stay in their country and become an illegal or unauthorized immigrant in the country of your visit. But it somewhat becomes mandatory to write everything in extra detail about your relationship with your family when you are writing for obtaining the dependent visa. Your SOP should reflect genuineness and honesty so that the visa officer can give their decision in your favor and you will be able to obtain the visa and fly to visit your dream country. Right? So please remember this. Let's discuss one by one all the tips and tricks to write family ties in your visa SOP so that it can reflect genuineness and truthness in your SOP and you will be able to impress the visa officer in an instant. Let's discuss all of them one by one. The first point is that your SOP should have to be clear and concise. Never forget to maintain clarity and conciseness when writing about your family ties in your visa SOP. Start by introducing your family members, their relationship with you, and their current situation. Then you need to highlight your connection with them and how important they are to you. Remember to use simple language and avoid using jargon or technical terms or any complex language that may be difficult for the visa officer to understand. Your SOP should have to be readable and understandable to the visa officer. So remember this, to use as simple language as possible. Next, you must emphasize on the ties that matter. Make sure to focus on the family members who are most important to you and who are directly affected by your visa application. For example, if you are applying for a dependent visa, your spouse and children would be your primary focus. And if you are an unmarried person, then your parents would be your primary focus. Make sure to explain how your absence would affect them and why it's important for you to be together as a family. Never forget to mention how important it is to be with them and how you are feeling living apart. The next point is to highlight your dependents. If you have dependents such as children or elderly parents, make sure to highlight them in your family ties section of your SOP. Make sure to mention that there is no one to take care of them apart from you. You will need to explain how they depend on you for your support and care, and how you play an important role in their lives. This will help the visa officer to understand why it's important for you to be together with the family and why your visa application should have to be approved. Then explain your family situation. Now, by family situation, I mean that it's important to explain your family situation, especially if there are any challenges or the obstacles that you are facing. For instance, if your spouse is unable to work due to certain conditions, explain how they are supporting them, how you are supporting them financially and emotionally. This will help the visa officer understand the unique circumstances of your family and why your presence is necessary. Apart from these, you will also need to provide ample shreds of supporting documents. If you want to strengthen your family ties section, then you will need to provide supporting documents such as marriage certificate, birth certificates, and other relevant documents. These documents will help to verify your relationship with your family members and provide evidence of your ties. Make sure to provide certified translations if the documents are not in English. So please make sure that you have the certified translation if the documents are not in English. This is also very important. Next, you will need to show evidence of your future plans with your family. For example, if you are applying for a dependent visa, explain how you plan to support your family financially and emotionally in the upcoming future. And if you are writing to return back to your home country after the termination of your visit, then explain how you are going to support your family when you will return back. This will help the visa officer to understand that you are committed, emotionally connected, and highly attached to your family, and that your visa application is not just a temporary solution. So this is again very important. Then another important aspect of your visa application is your job and financial stability. You have to explain your current job and how it supports your family. If you are planning to work in the country you are applying to, then make sure to provide evidence of your job offer and salary. This will help the visa officer to understand that you are financially stable and are able to support your family and can afford their expenses on the foreign land, or you will support them when you will return back to your home country. So, showing financial stability is very vital. In addition to this, you must use emotional appeal. What does that mean? Emotional appeal means when writing about your family ties, the emotional quotient plays the prominent role. This means highlighting the emotional bond you share with the family members and how important they are to you. By doing so, you can help the visa officer understand the personal significance of your family ties and why they matter to you. Ensure that you avoid exaggeration. While it's important to highlight the importance of your family ties, it's equally important to avoid exaggerating it. Don't overstate your relationship with your family members or impact of your absence on them. Otherwise, it will become irrelevant and deliberately stuffed information. Make sure you stick to the facts and provide evidence to support your claims. Next is that you must stay focused while writing on an SOP. When writing your family ties section, it's easy to get sidetracked and start writing about irrelevant information. Make sure to stay focused and write only about the information that's relevant to your visa application. This will help to keep your statement of purpose concise and easy to read. No matter what, you must always use an active voice in your SOP. When writing about your family ties, use active voice instead of passive voice. See, active voice makes your writing more engaging and appealing, which helps you to convey your message more clearly. For example, instead of writing, "My family members are important to me," write, "I value the importance of my family members." Following this, the key point of every SOP is to be honest. One of the most important things to remember when writing your family ties section is to be honest and accurate. Don't try to hide any information or provide false information. Honesty is key when it comes to visa application, and providing false information can lead to your visa application being rejected or even result in legal consequences. The next point will be to review your SOP, proofread it, and start editing your family ties section before submitting it to the visa officer. Check for grammatical errors, spelling mistakes, and formatting issues. Make sure your writing is clear, concise, and easy to read. Ask someone else to review your statement of purpose and get feedback and suggestions for improvement. Doing this will help you to understand where your SOP was lacking and what you need to do in order to fix it. This is the most important thing which everyone should do. In the last, feel free to seek professional help. If you are having difficulty in writing your family ties section, seek professional help from a visa consultant or immigration lawyer or the professional SOP writers. They can provide you with the guidance and advice on how to write a strong and convincing statement of purpose that highlights your family ties and supports your visa application strongly. See, all that I mentioned till now would have helped you to craft an appealing and impressive family ties section in your visa SOP. Make sure to follow all the tips carefully so that the visa officer can feel your genuineness and will grant you the visa. Writing about your family ties in your visa statement of purpose can be a challenging task. I understand this. But by following all the tips, you can write a strong and convincing family ties section that support your visa application. But still, if you face difficulties in writing or understanding any of the points that I mentioned earlier, then please feel free to seek help from us. We at Contentolic are one of the leading SOP writing service providers in India. We are working in the field of SOP writing for more than a decade. As a result, we have gained immense experience in writing impressive SOPs in no time. We have written thousands of SOPs with the highest success rate. Our sincere and punctual SOP writers work backbreakingly round the clock to deliver the final draft within the stipulated deadlines as set by our clients without lowering the quality of the content. Our prime focus always remains on the quality of the SOPs, which should have to be high, unique, and up to the mark so that it can impress the visa officer and can obtain the visa for visiting your desired country. If you find this video helpful, then make sure to like and share it, comment down your thoughts and reviews, and ask your queries by contacting us at our designated contact number, or you can simply mail us on our given mail ID. Subscribe to our channel if you want to watch more such informative videos, and press the bell icon to get notified whenever we will be up with new videos. Till then, please take care of yourself, and thank you so much for watching.